Ladies and gentlemen, I have spent the last week, has it been a week? I pretty much spent the last week just absolutely binging Game of Thrones, just rewatching it because I wanted to, all right? Because House of the Dragon is fun, and I was like, I need more of this. I need to rewatch Game of Thrones again. And now because of that, I have been just so upset, waking up every morning that I am not in some stone hut with a fire going. I yearn for the olden days, or at least our interpretation of how life existed back then in those days. I just know, okay? I just know that in a past life, I was an inn owner somewhere and I made like bread and stew and we had ale for the weary travelers and I was just known. People were like, yep, that's that lady. She's rough and tumble. She doesn't take any shit. And everybody knows my inn and they all come and I feed them and water them. And I probably have some sort of deal with like a smuggler for ale. So we've always got the ale flowing. Everyone's happy. Hopefully there's not too many fights. Anyway, basically what we're doing today, do you want to see my outfit? First of all, maybe, what do we think? I got a swishy skirt on and a natural fiber top. This is my clothing for a peasant today. Would my shoulders be showing? Probably not. I would have been killed. Would have been murdered. How scandalous. You can't show your shoulders. The shoulders are out though because it's hot. And also this is the only shirt I have that is, I don't know, okay? It doesn't make sense. Just let me do what I want to do. The skirt's fun. So basically today we're going to be making an old-fashioned meat pie. Is it 86 degrees out right now? Yes. Am I sweating my ass off in the skirt in the house in AC? Yes. 1000%. I probably would have died of like heat exhaustion back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I mean the fictional world that is Game of Thrones, like that time period, okay? I'm not talking about real medieval times or anything. I am talking about fictional Westeros type world, all right? That's where I live right now. Never mind the lights, ignore the lights. The refrigerator behind me doesn't exist. We're in a hut at the moment, okay? Built of thatch, built of stone. We got a hearth. We're cooking a stew in some sort of cauldron over a fire. All right, that's just what we're doing today. We're making a meat pie. You know what else we're making? Lemon cakes. You know the lemon cakes that Sansa eats in Game of Thrones? We're making those, or at least a version of them. I yearn to be in that world. And every morning that I wake up in my own comfortable bed, I'm upset because I need it. I need it. I need to be back in that day, okay? And when I say, again, back in that day, the fictional world of Game of Thrones, okay? That's all I'm talking about. So let's get started. We're making a hot water crust, so we'll get that going. And then we will start on our lemon cakes while the crust cools. And then we'll start on our meat pie filling. I have not put any thought into this other than buying ingredients, so we'll just see what happens. Welcome to my inn. We're making a pie together. All right, we're doing our hot water crust here. A hot water crust is basically just like a very standard pie crust type dough where it's literally hot water with a melted fat in it. And then you just mix that into flour and salt. Does anybody else just get like, you watch a show or you read a book or something or a book series and then you're just absolutely obsessed with the world and the sadness that you have in your heart that you don't exist in that world is almost overwhelming sometimes. That's how I feel right now about the Game of Thrones world. I need to be in it. I need to. I need to be wearing a peasant dress and sleeping on like a hay bale or something, okay? I don't know. Would I actually be having fun? Probably not. Probably not. But do I need it? Yes, I need to experience it just for a little bit of time, okay? I need it. But will it happen? No. So this is as close as we're gonna get. All right, flour, salt in the bowl. I was gonna use like lard or duck fat or something, but I didn't want to spend $14 on a jar of duck fat at the fancy grocery store. First of all, my first mistake was going to the fancy grocery store because I feel like everything that I bought cost me double what it probably could have. Anyway, so the recipe that I'm following for the meat pie filling is from a website that made Game of Thrones spoilers, okay? But the episode when Arya comes back to Westeros and she's heard that Walder Frey messed up their whole family, you know what I mean? And so this is when she's getting her revenge on the Freys and she kills them and bakes them into a pie and feeds them to Walder Frey. And then she kills him also. So this is like the pie kind of, that I'm making. And it has carrots and parsnips and turnip in it, and onion, and pork and beef and bacon, and I'm very excited. Butter and water, ready to go. We're just gonna dump this in, and then we just do a dump and a mix. This is not coming together as well as I would have thought that it would. It's kind of formed a dough. That's how it looks. Hopefully that's fine. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll pat it down flat and we'll let it chill so that we're ready for the next steps. We're working on the lemon cakes. I just zested 2 entire huge lemons into this bowl. It smells amazing. We got eggs, we got sugar, we got baking powder, salt, lemon zest, some yogurt. Not that yogurt, it is turning orange inside. We're letting food go bad in this day and age when wheat is so hard to come by the bushel. What are we gonna do? Winter's coming, we don't have enough wheat. Where are we gonna get the yogurt from? The cows are dying, it's cold, can't feed the cows. The cows are dead, we have no yogurt. What am I gonna do? I just let yogurt go to waste? Who am I? Why'd I do this? I just wanna be scrubbing a stone floor on my hands and knees with a dirty rag. Because they always just seem to, in shows like that, they always just seem to be pushing the dirt around. They're never actually like cleaning anything, you know what I mean? They just have like a dirty rag and they're just like pushing it on the floor. I just want to be that, okay? That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for. Is that too much? Is that too much to ask for? Apparently it is. All I'm gonna say is that this looks delicious already. All right, we got baking powder, salt, yogurt, sugar, eggs, lemon zest. Ooh, vanilla. You know, I feel like I really would just thrive in a Game of Thrones world. Not as royalty, you know, I don't need to be royalty or anything like that. Like if I'm like a slightly higher up peasant, you know, like I run my inn. I think that's cool. I think I would thrive. I would rule. Would I probably end up dead at some point? Absolutely yes, at a young age, most likely. Especially running an inn, you know, that's a dangerous life. We're gonna get the Lannister army coming on through and they're gonna be like, hey, you don't have any more bread today. And I'll be like, no, sorry, the next batch is coming out in a couple hours. And they're gonna take me out back and probably just like slit my throat or something. That could happen. But am I willing to gamble? Yes, I am. And I need it. I just need it. Speaking of getting murdered and my throat slit, uncommon opinion maybe, but if you know, you know. If you watched Game of Thrones, the head guy of the cannibal group of the Fens, kind of hot, right? I don't know. I'm not telling you what you have to like and what's cool and not. Is he disgusting and scary because he's a cannibal and like just a brutal murderer? Yes, so scary, but kind of hot, right? Anyone else? No? All right, never mind. Keep that one to yourself, guys. Don't tell anyone. Here we have our little cakes, all scooped out, ready to go. I feel like I'm losing my voice because I'm just screaming at you because I'm so excited about what's happening right now. Am I in a crazy mode? Yes, because I had such a restful weekend watching Game of Thrones. My body was rested, my mind was activated. My mind was taken over by the world. The oven isn't done preheating, so I'm just gonna set these aside and we'll come back to them when we're done. Let's get started on our meat pie filling. One of my favorite characters is definitely Hot Pie. He's so cute. Love that little guy. And he said the key to his pies were to brown the butter beforehand. So when we make our gravy, we're gonna brown the butter like Hot Pie does, because why wouldn't we? It's just what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna follow Hot Pie's way of life. We love him. Sweet little Hot Pie. So I'm just gonna chop up some veggies and shit now and get chopping. I'll make them little. I popped our lemon cakes out of their little tins and I soaked them in a lemon syrup. So those are our cute little lemon cakes. Maybe we'll make like a lemon glaze, like a drizzle to go over top, just to really push them right over the edge there in their cuteness. And here's what's happening for our meat pie filling. We've got all our veggies hanging out in there, getting nice and tender so that we can mix it with the meat and then the bacon. And then we make a gravy and then we toss it all together. And then we let that cool a little bit. We roll out our pie crust, put it all together. I'm kind of thinking I maybe don't have enough pie crust at this moment. My dear commoner friends, we have our meat mixture ready. Our gravy, ready. All we have to do, combine the two, and then we let it sit for a little bit. I browned my butter for our brown gravy like Hot Pie does in the show because we gotta be like him because he's the cutest. Did he almost die? Yes. Thankfully he was rescued though, right on time. And now he lives my dream of just baking and cooking at an inn. He's literally living my dream. Okay, maybe I just want to be Hot Pie. Maybe I just want to be him. I'll never be him. We gotta make sure it's good before we put it in a crust, right? That is the most delicious thing I have had in my mouth in a very, very long time. I cannot even begin to express the levels of deliciousness that this is and how it feels nostalgic. It feels like a past life. It's so rich and delicious, and the turnip and the parsnip almost make it taste like pie, like apple pie. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's the bacon actually. I did use apple smoked uncured bacon. That could be the appleness that I'm getting. Either way, this is freaking delicious. Holy crap. All right, now this just sits for a little bit. It's pie time, crust time. Is this right? It smells like Play-Doh. Is it supposed to smell like Play-Doh? I've never made a hot water crust before. There's a good chance I did something wrong. Is this supposed to be so hard to roll out? Well, this is the scary part. Cause like, you gotta make it look nice. But also, it doesn't want to go in here nicely. I think this is as good as we're gonna get. I'm not gonna stress out about it too much more because I don't wanna like overwork the crust. This is what we're working with. Huh? Not bad. We will trim some of this overhang off, fill it, put some delicious shit in there. It's gonna be so good. All right, commoner team. Why do I keep calling you guys commoner team? I don't know, do you wanna be on my team? Can we be a team? Do you wanna come to my inn? I'll bake you some bread. I'll make you the best stew you've ever had. I'll make you this meat pie. It'll blow your frickin' socks off. This is so heavy, I can barely hold it with one hand. But like, look how good that looks. Are you kidding me? It's delicious. I'm gonna break my wrist. Oh, geez. Yes, I know there's a pour spout on the other side of this. Do I care? Do not. My mouth is watering uncontrollably. I'm drooling into the pie. Don't come over. I've drooled into the pie. It's mine now. I'm not sharing. I've decided that turnips and parsnips are just a really underutilized vegetable. They're so good. So we need to make sure our crust is inside the pan so that when we open it, it doesn't break. Oh, this is not gonna be pretty, you guys. And I think I'm okay with that. She'll be as good as she is, and that's all we can do. This is my working interview to go back in time to this fictional world. It's my working interview for a fictional world for me to go back in time to hang out and just have a good time. And that's just how I'm gonna live from now on. Oh, I forgot a step. I was supposed to brush the crust with egg white. We're gonna get a soggy bottom and Paul Hollywood's gonna punch me in the face. He's gonna take away my peasant citizenship. God damn it. I'm gonna get a copyright strike because that was just exactly 100% Chapel Roan. She was in here singing that song. It wasn't me. Copyright strike on the way. Look at that. Wow. This is a hefty, heavy ass pie. Holy crap. It doesn't look too bad, you know? Let's be nice to myself. It doesn't look that bad. Let's taste this dough actually, because what if it's nasty? Tastes like flour and water. I guess while this pie is baking in the oven, we could make a little icing for our lemon cakes. So I'm gonna tidy up and then we'll be back to do that together, okay? Sounds like a plan. Don't go away. Where are you going? I said don't go away. Stay here. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna glaze the cakes together, okay? Don't go anywhere. I'm watching you. All right, we're just doing a straight up icing sugar lemon juice type thing and hoping for the best. I'm not using a recipe because I'm a professional. And I'm probably gonna mess it up. Lemon hand. Stirring anyway. Can't stop me. Can't stop me. Yep, this is what I always do. I always put way too much liquid in the beginning. Well, actually, that might be perfect. Might have hit the jackpot there right away, first try. But is it enough? And we'll just very, very basically drizzle over our little babies. Natural, organic. All right, so turns out we didn't make enough glaze for all of them, but that's okay. We'll leave some of them naked. We're here for the final step, brushing this bad boy with egg wash, slicing some vent holes in there, baking it. This was way too much egg wash. Say goodnight. Bye-bye. I'm nervous and I'm scared and I'm excited and I cannot wait to eat this pie. Even if the crust is yucky, we can scoop out the insides and it'll still be good. No waste. It'll still be good. It actually has been, I think I got home at like 11 and it's like 3 o'clock now. And the pie's in the oven. That's all we're waiting for. To just bake for another hour and a half probably. But in the meantime, I think we deserve a little treat. A little lemon cake. And does that not look so freaking cute? We never really get a close-up of Sansa's lemon cake. It kind of looks like maybe there is some sort of candied lemon type thing on top, but we talked about it. I don't really feel like doing that. My mouth is watering uncontrollably. It's so cute. It is so squishy and dense. Not dense, but like it's, I can't even talk. My mouth is watering so much. Let me bite into this. That is a lemon perfection. It's moist, it's sweet, it's tangy, it's kind of sour. I'm not a huge fan of the icing sugar glaze on top. That's just I don't really enjoy the flavor of icing sugar. It has a weird metallic taste to it, but this is delicious. It's so bright and sunny. Oh, and it seems like it would be the perfect little dessert to have after this heavy pie, which we'll find out when that's done. But for now, this is so good. My little treat after slaving away over a hot, fiery stone hearth all afternoon. I'm gonna go continue watching Game of Thrones while this pie bakes because I am on season 7. I think I'm like halfway through season 7. So like, you know, these are the seasons that everybody hates, 7 and 8. We still get to be in the world, and that's all I want right now. That's all I desperately want. Here goes nothing. Now that is a sturdy bastard. This weighs like 20 pounds. That's probably an exaggeration, but it's really heavy. I'm nibbling the crust, don't tell. Could use a little bit more salt, but crispy, delicious, like a yummy bread. Perhaps I should have let it sit a bit longer. Dinner's ready. Well, it's about 8 billion degrees, but it smells more incredible than it did before it was like made into a pie. Everything's had more time to meld and be delicious. We'll get a bit of crust with some filling. I definitely cut it too soon. We just finished the episode where Bran tells, spoilers, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know a spoiler, don't listen to this part. Bran tells Samwell that Jon is Aegon Targaryen, and then Daenerys and Jon just did the hippity dippity, and they're related. No surprises. This is phenomenal. This is all I wanted to do for like the past week, and we did it. And now I'm exhausted. I have to go to bed in like 20 minutes with a tummy full of pie. Couldn't ask for a better night, really. Mmm.